Hey everybody, my name is Jeremy with CarShare Pro. Thank you for downloading our Turo Profitability Calculator spreadsheet. In this tutorial, I'm going to walk you through how to use the spreadsheet and also explain some of the financial terms so that you are successful in filling this out. We made this spreadsheet just to give you an idea for how much money you can make on Turo with your car. So let's go ahead and get into it. When you first open the spreadsheet up, it will say copy only, locked for editing, because that's how we distribute this. So what you need to do is go up to the top right-hand corner. Right here you see a J because I am signed into Google. If you are signed into Google, you will have your own initial right there. If you're not signed in, there will be a blue square that says sign in. After you're signed in, you go up here to File, Make a Copy. This will make a copy of this sheet and store it in your Google Drive so that you can edit it. After you've done that, you can go in here and update the sheet. So let's see what we got in here to edit. All of the yellow cells are cells that you can edit something in. Everything that's white is a formula. So don't touch these numbers that are white. Only type in these cells that are yellow. In column A, which is this column right here, I put some notes in these cells to help explain what these things are. I'm not going to go through them right now. You can do that if you would like to know what those are. As I go through this tutorial, I will explain them, so I'm not going to take the time to hover over those. And then at the very bottom here, Rule 6 or Instruction 6, I said that if you would like to use this for multiple vehicles, you can just go down here to the bottom, click Duplicate. It'll make another one, and then you can have two different vehicles. So let's go ahead and delete that. All right, so right here you can put in the name of your car. We'll say I have a 2020 Camry. And then down here you can put in your assumptions. So how much can you rent a Camry for on Turo? We'll say it's $150 a day. How many days do you think you're going to rent for? We'll say 20 because, it's a popular car near an airport maybe. Down here, Turo protection plan. So this is the protection plan you pick for your vehicle on Turo. Basically what this means is 75 means you get to keep 75% of what you make. If you pick the 60 plan, you get to keep 60. If you pick the 90 plan, you get to keep 90. The difference is on the higher plans where you get to keep 90%, Turo offers you fewer protections on your car. So you can put whatever you'd like. I used 75 in here just for the sake of this spreadsheet, but you could put in 90 if you wanted, and the spreadsheet will automatically update all the numbers to match that protection plan. So you can see under these assumptions with $150 per day, 20 days rented on the 75 protection plan, Turo is going to keep $750 and you are going to keep $2,250. So that's all great, but I think the mistake that a lot of new Turo hosts make is I think they underestimate their costs because you have a lot of things break when you're running a fleet of cars. So one thing to keep in mind here is that you will have costs, and if you don't have them, it's a good idea to budget for them. So right here, I put some common costs like a car payment, insurance for the vehicle, parking, parts and repairs if you got to replace something, car washes, gas, maybe to do an airport drop-off, and then anything else here in the bottom that you want to budget for or anything that comes up. So again, we have a formula down here. This just adds up all of these cells. And then this is saying for this month, you kept $2,250. You had to pay $330. So your operating income for operating this vehicle was $1,920, which is an 85% margin. And that's really good. But you got to remember that after this, there's going to be operating expenses. So these are things like your home internet to run your business, your office chair, your electricity. If you run out of your home and you have like a pressure washer, for example, your electricity would be an operating expense. So my spreadsheet here, we built this just to show you how much money you can make by putting your car in Turo. And, your operating expenses are just unique to you. So this sheet doesn't really account for those, but keep in mind there will be other expenses after this number. One expense that's an operating expense that will for sure happen is taxes. So down here, I did include that. I put in 20% because, 20 to 25 is generally considered a good estimate for what you will owe in taxes. So this helps you budget for your taxes. So this says if you make $1,920 at 20%, you will owe the government $384. After taking that expense out, you will have your actual net income, which is $1,536 in this scenario. Your net margin is 68%. Basically, any margin over 30% is pretty good. So if your margin is over 30%, the cell here will turn green. If it's under that, it will turn red. So you can see right here in June, I put in $2,000 expense, maybe like a transmission or something. And that's saying, hey, we did not have a good month. So when you download the sheet, all these numbers will be blank. So that you can fill in your assumptions. So maybe in February, you have to lower your price, but it rents more. You're still in the 75 plan. You know, you can see in this quick scenario, like, oh, I rented for 5 more days, but I actually made like $400 less. So maybe that's not worth it, you know. And then you can kind of budget your expenses. If you wanted to copy your expenses, you just left click and hold to highlight. Control C to copy. Push the top one here, and then Control V to paste. And the spreadsheet automatically updated this bottom part with all the formulas. So you can use this to track across each month if you would like. You can just do it as you go. You can just use the first column if you just want to get it quick and dirty and see if you can make any money in this game. You can calculate the whole year out. So I will just highlight these. I'm going to Control C for copy. Paste, 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 paste. I'll do the same thing with my expenses. We'll assume they just stay the same all year, which they won't, but we'll do that just for fun. I'm just Control V pasting these. You'll notice that my spreadsheet here will update your averages. So if we go right here, you can see my average rate was 104. You can see that I rented 295 days. I was on the 75% plan. I paid Turo $7,625 and I kept $22,000. For the year, I paid $3,960 in expenses. My total operating income was $18,000. My operating margin was 82%. That's like really good. My average tax rate that I budgeted was 20%. My average tax expense was $3,783. And then after all expenses that this sheet accounts for, you will be up 15 grand for the year, which is pretty good. As it shows here, your operating margin is 66%. You know, let's say you had a bad month, you had to replace a transmission. You know, obviously at the end of the year or the end of that month, you lost $500. You had a negative return on investment. So this will help you just really take a step back and say, okay, is there money to be made for me here with my type of car, with the assumptions, with my cost structure? So hope this sheet is helpful for you. I think it will be helpful for you. I use it with our fleet. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. See you guys in the next video.